studio at African Utility Week in Paja in Africa. Today I'm speaking with Sibusiso Skosana and Snyman from Conlog. Thank you for joining me in the studio.
Thank you. Good to be here.
All right, I'd like to start off, with the challenges of doing business on the African continent. People always think it is a space that is difficult to get into.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a challenge to work in Africa where technology has evolved in first world countries, and also the competitors in our space has become much more in the metering and prepayment and smart metering. And smart metering has been a comment thrown around a lot, but not a full understanding. So what we find is that first world countries are dropping technology into our continent, which we're not really ready for as a continent to cope with the advanced technology, where they need robust, safe and secure systems right now. And besides that, there's a lot of innovative business ideas that people come up with, and it's not always as clean as it possibly be. As an ethical company, you want to stay doing ethical business, which is a big challenge in our continent currently on doing business.
So Sibusiso, what excites you about doing business in the SADC region?
Well, there's a number of things. What we are actually seeing in terms of trends, we're seeing a lot of electrification projects being rolled out by governments, basically investing back into their people, right? And making sure that they've got access to basic utilities like electricity, water, and those. But what is more exciting is that they are actually doing it the right way. When I'm saying the right way, I mean it's not a question of just rolling out metering, but it's also making sure that you've got visibility in your infrastructure. It's making sure that you've got the right technology that can be sustainable over a period of time. And we see more and more utilities spending time in understanding what is actually required in that space. And for us, being in that space and having the know-how, it's exciting because we are able to support them accordingly.
Exactly. So Sibusiso, just keeping with the smart metering element of things, what do you find most interesting that you've had for a rollout? Perhaps a project that you've done recently?
So we've just done quite a nice project in Lesotho, where we gave them a solution that allowed them to have visibility on some of their communication towers. Purely because initially what they had to do is to physically go, when there's a power outage in an area, they had to physically go and have a look and see what was the problem.
Very time consuming.
Yeah, time consuming. It's not cost effective.
Yeah.
Today now they have ability to be able to see and assess any of their towers remotely from a remote area, and that's one of the solutions that we've rolled out. But I think in the bigger scheme of things, it actually talks to these countries really rolling out proper technology that is fit for purpose. You know, in Africa, I mean, we all know that we maybe not at the 3 or 4G network level yet, but with what we have, there is technology that can allow us to be able to have traction in what we do in our countries.
So, Sibusiso has mentioned the fact that we don't have things like 4 and 5G in Africa just yet. So what kind of vision do you have for the African continent?
I think what we should not do is lose the focus, is to allow people to get access to energy, which was the purpose of rolling out electricity meters and prepaid meters. But the focus is to give them access to energy and secure payment, where revenue collection is more important for utilities and electrical distributors out there providing energy to the community, is to collect their money of investment, but also come up with innovative ideas where African countries and our continent does not necessarily have the funding up front. So come up with funded solutions where we have a lot of the first world companies and countries actually willing to invest, but use technology providers that knows Africa for Africa, that's been growing and growing solutions, growing tailor-made, ready for the market systems. There's other ways of communicating than being 3G and 4G and LTE and what the first world countries can offer. There's easier, more effective ways. We also have to realize that some of these technologies might cost more than the energy the end user actually utilize. Some of them are like half a dollar of electricity a day, some less. Can they pay for these smart technologies? So to bring a smart enough solution to fulfill the need of Africa, for the Africans, to give them access to energy, which is the goal.
Exactly. There is a smart metering solution out there for each and every utility.
Exactly, but smart enough for Africa. Not
Yes.
smart enough for Africa.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that with me.
Thank you
It was
very
a
much.
pleasure.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel now for more content.